Hi, Tamara here, and it's the end of NaNoWriMo. Congratulations, you survived it. You're here. You're alive. Take a deep breath and let it out. You did it. But Tamara, I didn't reach 100,000 words. I didn't reach 50,000 words. I did not write every single day. I didn't write 1,667 words each day. I didn't do exactly how I wanted it to be done. It wasn't perfect. That's okay. It literally doesn't have to be perfect. You could have only written for 3 days, but you still survived it. You still tried. From those 3 days, you have more words written than you did on October 30th. I don't think you can argue with me on that. Unless you totally just didn't write any words the entire month of November, in which case, congratulations. I don't think I've ever been able to do that. So that in itself is an accomplishment to me. But now it is December. And what do you do in December? What happens now? One thing you could do is pre-order the Appalachian Terror Trail, a wonderful short story collection of 8 stories by 8 different authors, one of them being me, that tackles some creepy, crawly goodness for your holiday pleasure. Available for pre-sale, link in the description. Ta-da! Other than ordering this bomb-ass book, what can you do? Have you guys watched Natalia Lee's channel? She too is an author, and I found her channel because of NaNoWriMo, which is one of my favorite things, is finding writers that are new to me and finding them through NaNoWriMo. She made a video where she said, should I abandon my novel?
I want to know about how you decide what you should do. You know, how you decide whether to put a project on pause or continue moving forward with it. And I just want to hear your feedback.
For me, it comes down to a few things. I am a very character driven writer and reader, and if I don't like my characters, I don't want to finish it. I don't want that story. If I've written those characters and they're flat to me or they're uninteresting and I don't even feel like bothering to make them more dynamic, then this is the wrong story. I love a good setting. I love an interesting setting. If my setting isn't interesting, I don't want to write it. And of course, an interesting plot. Something that excites me. If I look at the plot and I'm just kind of like, and I'm not interested in the characters and the setting's not doing it for me, then what's keeping me there? So those are the 3 things I look at the most when I want to figure out if I'm going to continue with a story. I'll tell you why I came back to Blood, Roses, and Honeysuckles, which is this fiction novel that I have had a freaking epic journey with. Blood, Roses, and Honeysuckles was a novel that I started in, it was either 2003 or 2006. Very long time ago. In fact, this is the first notebook. There's dust on it, pardon that. And as I've talked to you guys before, when I do the editing for a novel, I like to print it out. And I like to write on the actual pages, stuff like that. And then I take the book and I take all the things I've written and I put it in my electronic document. This was the first notebook, but it wasn't right. Something wasn't working. I liked my characters. I liked the idea of the plot. I liked this little town in West Virginia that I had created called Tiltonsville. I didn't like what was happening though. I didn't like the way I was writing it. I didn't like the tone. I didn't like anything about it anymore. So I laid it aside and I forgot about it. I literally did not think about that novel for years until last year. This is when I wrote on it for Nana for last year. As you can see, again, wrote stuff. Be specific. Wrote stuff in ink. Wrote stuff on pages. Pages upon pages upon pages. With last year's effort, the characters became real to me again. Again, I knew that I loved this city and I want to revisit it. And the plot that I created this second time around was much better, much more like me. The first time I was trying to write for the market. I knew that people liked romance novels. I like to read romance novels, so I tried to write a romance novel. But I found that I'm not particularly good at writing romances, at least not contemporary romances. So it felt very flat to me. It didn't feel real. The characters weren't realistic to me the way that I had them written. So last year, I took a little bit of a darker approach and it became more of a contemporary fiction. And that felt better, but it still wasn't right. So I spent a lot of last year editing this novel that I soon realized wasn't working. So now, this is going to be the last time I rewrite the entire thing the way I have. But I took these characters, I took some of the scenes, I took the ideas that I had for the plot, I took the actual setting, and I changed the way it was arranged. I've changed how I've written it. Basically, I've changed the point of view. I've changed everything. I've changed everything. However, this fits. This feels right. I'm excited to edit this. I'm excited to write on it. I'm excited to get to the 75,000 word. I want it. That's how I know that it's right. So Natalia, and anyone else who's watching this, if you are waking up and you're feeling anxious, you're feeling like you're not enjoying yourself, you're not liking the plot, you're not liking your characters, you don't like your setting, you aren't enjoying the writing. And if it's not just having kind of battle fatigue, you've been writing daily or close to it for 30 days and you're just tired, because that could be it too. But if you're not just tired and you really don't enjoy what you're writing, take that time to step back for a minute and analyze what's happening. Give yourself a few days. What's going on here? Why don't I like this anymore? What was it at the beginning of the month that I enjoyed, and what is it by the end of the month that I'm not liking anymore? You have to ask yourself those kinds of questions. And Natalia, I think that you hit on the thing that is really bothering you the most. You are a plotter. You really enjoy outlining. And you said that you didn't feel as though you had did enough plotting for the novel. So because of that, your enjoyment has decreased exponentially, and you had to change your setting. Those are two major things. If you love those characters and you love this new setting that you have, maybe you should take that time to replot things. I know it can be frustrating to do the rewrite. Oh my gosh, believe me, I know. But it's so rewarding once you get it right, and you know that. You know that. You said in your video that you've gone through this before. So you know that there's times where you just have to break it on down to the foundation and build it back up. But once you do, it's a sight to behold. And I would encourage any of you who are thinking, what should I do with this thing now that NaNoWriMo is done? Figure out, do you want to finish that story? And if you do, do that. Finish it. Write the hell out of it. Enjoy yourself. And from there, do I want to rewrite this? Do I want to edit this? What do I want to do with this? I would encourage you to see how far you can go with this story. Who knows where this path could lead you? But a lot of the times, the journey is really the point, isn't it? And I am a believer that if you like what you're doing, then you should keep doing it. If you're not hurting yourself, if you're not hurting other people, why stop? I want to know from you, what keeps you writing? What is the deal breaker and what is the drawback to keep you going? Let me know in the comments, and also, how did you do with your nano, and are you going to continue that project? My name's Tamara, and I come here and I talk about books. I talk about reading them, writing them, and editing them because that's what I love. You should go down to my description and check out all my different links, add me places, and my newsletter. Sign up for my newsletter. I'm going to be having some interesting things rolling out in the next couple months, and I hate for you to miss it because it's going to be exclusive to the newsletter. So that's where it's all happening, y'all. That's where it's all happening. If you like this video and you like videos like this, please hit that subscribe button. You're welcome here. And I will see you in the next one.